In today's video, we're going to talk about top 10 of the favorite survival games that I like. In my opinion, the ones that I really enjoy to play. Just note, this is just my opinion, and these are the ones that I've actually played. There are a lot of great survival games out there that I haven't actually really got time to sink my teeth into and kind of get the gist of the game to actually add it to the list. So I only wanted to add games that I've actually played and things that I can relate to, you know what I mean? So yeah, let's get started. Number 1, and you guessed it, 7 Days to Die. Yes, this is by far one of the favorited zombie survival games. Even on Steam, it is top rated. This game is super popular. There's a lot of players playing the game still to this day. The developers continuously update the game. I am a big 7 Days to Die player. There's a lot of 7 Days to Die content on this channel. So yes, 7 Days to Die is definitely the one that is my my go-to survival game. 7 Days to Die is definitely, you got everything in there. You got building, zombies, structural integrity, the survival aspect. You got to gather resources, gather weapons, you've got your perk system, you're gonna perk up into different perks and qualities to try and improve your character. It's just got everything. And in every 7 days, there's a horde that comes and tries to destroy you, and you gotta defend back, so it's got a bit of tower defense. It is, like, by far one of my most favorited games. I had to add this, guys. I mean, come on. The next one on my list is Scum, right? This game I've played over and over and over, and every time there's an update, I'll go and jump on it again, and I always have a good time with it. The only thing I can say, it's not a great single-player experience. It's more fun with a multiplayer experience. The difference between this and 7 Days to Die, 7 Days to Die can be played quite nicely with single player. There's a lot to do for you as a player. With Scum, I don't know, you build a base and then it becomes a bit stale. I mean, Scum is a very much PvP-related game. However, there are servers out there, and even you can actually play the game in single player. However, I feel like it gets boring after a while once you play too much single player. But if you're gonna be playing it for the first time, I highly recommend you give it a try. It's worth its money. The quality of the game is really good. The development is continuously developing the game, which is always a good factor. That's why I like a lot of the games I play, and a lot of my favorite games, the developers are actually still currently working on them. And that just, I don't know, it makes you feel like the game's important still, and you kind of want to continue playing it. But Scum is quite unique because it has a lot of features in the game that many other games don't. So you need to pee, you need to watch out for your vitals. It's quite an advanced system evolving around your character, and you kind of just have to survive doing that. You can build. The crafting system is interesting. It can be quite grindy at times, but it's definitely a lot different to many other games. And even though they're not called zombies in the game, there are technically a type of zombie in the game. They are called puppets, and they run around. They're exactly the same as zombies, guys. I don't know why they just called them zombies, but yeah, they run around. I think this is actually also one of the best zombie games, actually, to think about it, because the zombie AI is pretty good, and they're pretty scary, and they're quite challenging. So yeah, definitely. And apparently if you play single player, there's a lot more puppets on the actual map itself, which makes it a little bit more challenging. Multiplayer is a little bit less. But yes, you got to survive from that, and there's a whole lot of these army bases and bunkers around the map that are guarded by these machines, and they are quite a threat, and they're very scary, actually. I always get scared when I go near those things, especially the noise they make. But yes, Scum is definitely by far the most advanced, interesting survival in terms of, you got to look after your character by pooing and eating, and it's just very interesting in that way. And the world as well, the world is quite apocalyptic style. If you're gonna go and explore the world, it's all overgrown in some areas. It just looks so great. I really love Scum. I highly recommend it, guys. Conan Exiles, yes! Oh my goodness, guys. By the way, these games are not actually in order. I'm just going 1 to 10. Conan Exiles, guys, is I would say the second favorite game. 7 Days to Die, and this one comes second. Conan Exiles is something I always return to. I absolutely love this game. The whole mechanic of getting slaves and letting them do your bidding for you. You gotta run around with them, you gotta level them up, you gotta look after them, you gotta put armor on them. And not only that, is that you can build your own bases, you can decorate your bases, you can make it look nice. There's just so much to do in Conan Exiles. This is definitely a single player and a multiplayer friendly game. You can do this. There's so much content in this game. It really is. There's dungeons. There's a whole world to explore. The mods for this game is insane. If you go onto the Steam Workshop for this game, There are thousands of mods that you can sit back and enjoy. So once you've actually done the game, which is going to take you a good solid couple of months, yeah, you can go and enjoy the mods that they have. There's so many mods that you can enjoy with those things. And again, the developer team is actually continuing to develop this game. It's actually on like a World of Warcraft basis now, where they continuously have a big update every so like 10 months or so. So it's going so well, that game. Conan Exiles has your average survival. You got to eat, drink, explore the world, find new recipes, find the best slaves, knock them out, take them back to your base, train them, make them good, and then take them out and get more slaves. Yeah, so Conan Exiles, number 3 on the list. So, number 4 on the list, Project Zomboid. Now, this is kind of a strange one for me because I actually have owned this game for a good solid amount of years. Never really put much time into it. It was mostly because it was so complex for me to sit and learn the game. I didn't bother. There was a lot to learn about the game. It's not user-friendly. It's quite a challenging game. I think this is the hardest zombie survival game I've ever played. It's super challenging. If you are someone who doesn't like a challenge, this game is going to be very hard for you. You're going to struggle quite a bit. And it's also quite different because it's a isometrical game. It's up and above. You got to follow your character. If you can overcome that, it looks a lot like Sims 1. If you can overcome that, then this game is really, really, really good in terms of your... It's very much like the real zombie experience you've been looking for. You got to read books, you got to study things, you got to improve your character by actually doing the things. And also, it's permadeath most of the time. If you're playing on default settings, it's permadeath. So if you get bitten in the game, you're dead, right? It's done. You can come back as another character and then continue off that, but you lose all the experience that you have gained over the time you have played and gathered all those experiences. It's gonna be gone to waste because you died. So yeah, you gotta be really careful when you're playing this game. One bite, even some scratches, obviously all depending on the settings in the game, gonna lead to your ultimate death. You gotta be extremely careful in a game like this. Number 5 on my list. Now this one was a very hard one to bring up on the list because this game has a lot of issues. There was a lot of problems with this game. I've got a love-hate relationship with this game. I absolutely love this game and I love what it stands for and I love the feeling the game gives you. I love the artwork and I love the graphics of the game. And the idea of the game is so amazing. And when it does work, it's really fun. However, just so you guys know, this game, Imperion Galactic Survival, has a lot of jank to it. This is, I would say, the most broken survival game I've played within the year. This by far is the most broken game. There are so many issues. Now, I think the single player of this game is working a lot better than the multiplayer. The multiplayer is super janky, it's super broken. I have a lot of problems with it personally. Some people don't, some people do, it's just how it is. But if you can get past all the bugs and the problems this game has, this is an excellent game. You'll have an absolutely fun time getting to know the game, learning the game, and exploring the universe. You can travel to different planets, you can build spaceships a lot like 7 Days to Die, so it's got like a blocky feel to it. The amount of worlds you can explore an entire galaxy. You'll never be able to explore everything in this game. It just never ends. It's also got the survival aspect to it. You have to eat, drink, watch out for your oxygen, all that good stuff. So it's a proper survival game. You can build bases on planets, you can build spaceships and travel the universe in the spaceship and live on the spaceship, and obviously you can invite a friend with you if you like. But again, just remember guys, there's a bit of jank to this game. I had to add it to my list because I do love this game and I do have a lot of hours on it and I do enjoy it. So that's why it's on this list. Now every time I mention this game, no one seems to know what it's about. No one knows what it is. The graphics is a bit strange. It's not too bad. I know my girlfriend here, RJ, she got a bit sick playing the game. The graphics wasn't all for her. But this game is super interesting the way they've done things. So it's basically you live on a planet and you have to kind of watch out for the ecosystem. So everything you do will impact the planet. And it's a survival game because you have to eat, drink, and all that stuff, build bases. There is no actual threats to the game. The only thing that there is a threat is after a certain amount of weeks, there is an asteroid that comes in and hits the planet. And you as a civilization have to make sure the planet is ready to take on an asteroid before it hits the planet. You have to advance your technology high enough to make rockets to hit the asteroid to stop it from destroying your entire world that you've been working so hard on all the months and years, whatever it's going to take. So if there's a lot of people playing this game and everyone is divided, you will not be able to accomplish the fact that you have to actually take out the asteroid. And again, if you have lots of people who are divided, they can cause pollution to the planet, they can kill off species. It's so complex, and the best part about it, it actually works, right? There's no, hey, what, but hang on a second, that sounds too complex. It actually works. It's a functioning game. It runs nicely. There's constant updates to the game. You can see there's a lot of love and care that the developers put into this game. I highly recommend this game, especially if you want to get a group of friends together, start up a planet, look after it. Eco is definitely something I would definitely, that would be the first one on the list to at least try first before you do all the other ones. Save the whales, everybody! Number 7 on my list. The Sons of the Forest is a new game. However, this is like a 2-in-1 package, right? So the Sons of the Forest and the Forest game are really good games, right? I recommend both of them. They are both very much similar in their own way. I love the fact that the developers, when they made Sons of the Forest, they didn't take away the feeling the forest has given, and they didn't take away the main aspect of the forest, the first addition to the series. Both of them are really good games. It is one of those scary horror games. I get scared in the game, especially when you go down into the caves and you go exploring. Oh my goodness, guys, it gets creepy, really creepy. If you've watched me on Twitch, you know that that's super creepy, right? I absolutely love the fear and the horror. It's a survival game. Now, the Sons of the Forest has introduced a new building mechanic, which, hey, has spread some divided opinion about it. Some people say they like it, some people say they don't like it. In my opinion, I think it's beyond its time. I think it's a really good building mechanic. I think most games in the future are going to take this approach when having building mechanics in a game. It's very hands-on. You got to place every single log, you got to cut the log. I absolutely love the building. I think it's great. I think it's such a good addition. I think it's better than The Forest. They've really taken it a step further, and I really like this game. I recommend it. We've been playing a lot of it on Twitch, and you guys have been enjoying it. So yeah, number 7, Sons of the Forest and The Forest. You can try both of them. Survival game. You have to craft. You have to build yourself a base. You have to defend. You have to cook. You have to hunt. You got to do all those good things. So yeah, give it a try. Number 8 on my list, Raft. This game came out a long time ago. I still remember playing the tutorial version, which was free on the PC. It was so basic, there was really not much to it, but over the years they've slowly changed the game, they've made it better, that they continuously adding content to it. Basically, you start out on a little plank of wood, which is a raft, and then slowly as you drift away into the ocean, you have to pick up scraps from the ocean and build your raft and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually you end up hitting islands, and then you can hop on off and explore the islands for secrets, and even now there's stories that you can now follow. Now, even though I don't have many videos on the game Raft, it's extremely hard for me to do content on this game because, hey, you're sitting in the middle of the ocean on a raft, there's not much to say, right? But I promise you now, it's a good experience. I would say it's quite a relaxing experience. The only real threat you have in this game, if you stay on your raft, is the shark that comes and tries to break your raft as you go on down. The game has improved quite a lot over the years. I'm not sure if there's anything new like that. But yes, I recommend this game. It's also co-op, so you can bring on a friend and you guys can play together. Sail away into the sunset and build yourself an awesome raft. Number 9, Subnautica. I call this a horror game. Why? Because I'm terrified of the deep depths of ocean. Super scary game if you don't like the ocean. It starts off, hey, in the shallow area in Subnautica, and you're like, okay, it's cool, little fishies, little Nemos, it's okay, it's gonna be fine, and then you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the ocean, and there's these big creatures that make very scary noises. Hey, little tip, don't play this game at 12 o'clock at night with the headphones on and the lights off, guys. Yeah, so this game is super fun. It's all underwater, so you have to build a base underwater, and you have to explore the great depths of an alien planet and find out secrets. There is a story to this game as well, and you can make submarines and go exploring and craft and build. It's super fun. I would really recommend this game. It works really well as well. It's really smooth. The FPS runs nicely. It's a very pretty game. Graphics are perfect for this game. There's also another game called Subnautica Below Zero. I think that's what it's called. That is the either pre-sequel or the sequel to the game that I also recommend because it's basically the same game, just in a different location with a few extra added stuff to it. Both games are really great. Highly recommend both of them. Number 10, Scrap Mechanic. Super underrated game. I am shocked that this game has died. I really am. It has everything you would like in a survival game. It's just that it died. It really did die. I still love the game. I still play it from time to time off camera. It's just the player base has dipped so much. Maybe it's because of lack of development. I haven't seen much improvement in that side. But this is still a game that I want to recommend because I had so much fun playing it and I still have fun playing it. The mechanic of building your own vehicle and exploring the randomly generated world is super fun. And then you have to like kind of defend your farm from these attacks. They're called farm bots. They come and attack your farm every night. You gotta defend them from that, and the complex mechanic of building your vehicles and what you can do in this game is amazing. It's amazing what you can do in this game. It really is. How you can connect different certain machines together and make them function any possible way that you can think of. So yes, Scrap Mechanic is definitely one of those that I like to play. It's a co-op game as well. You can bring on your friends, you can go and explore the world and build your own vehicles and tanks and traps and whatever you like. It's just a pity that this game never took off as well as it did. I am quite surprised because, you know, a lot of big YouTubers play this game as well, like Neebs Gaming, and I just thought maybe people would catch on to it a little bit more and play it more. Right now the Steam charts are not showing very good results for this game, but I hope that in the future they improve. I did hear that they were talking about new updates for the game, but that's as far as it went. But I still recommend you try the game. There's still quite a fair amount of content that you can sit back and enjoy at the moment. So yeah guys, that is my top 10 survival games that I play, that I enjoy. I'm glad that I shared this with you guys so you guys can kind of get a better understanding on who I am and what I enjoy. Did you agree with my list? If not, let me know down below what are your top 10 favorite games or top 5. I will reply to every single comment down below, so be sure to do that. If you are new to the channel, subscribe for more content like this and hit the like button. It goes far. Another thing I would like to mention is thank you so much to all my lovely Patreons. They pay me way too much than they actually should. So thank you so much for the support behind Patreon. $1 to $10 can go extremely far in my garbage country. So thank you. Thank you so much guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching.